it's mostly unlimited data, which has contributed to this enormous growth of e-commerce. E-commerce actually is valued at $40 billion US dollars presently, and it is estimated that during the next 3 years it will grow at a rate of 51%, and this $40 billion will reach a figure of $120 billion, which I think is a quantum jump in the business, because we're all part and parcel of this e-commerce revolution. I don't think there is anybody in this hall who has not bought anything in Amazon or Flipkart and other e-commerce portals. The e-commerce giants presently in India are, as we all know, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, ShopClose, Jabong, eBay, and a few other important e-com portals. They are causing a revolution in the style, in the mode of purchase made by the Indians. And which are the major components purchased, commodities purchased by e-commerce? I think the number one position goes to electronics. You buy a lot of electronics. Earlier we used to go to a mall, see and then buy. Now at the click of the button, you read the entire details, the specifications of whether it's a TV or a printer or whatnot, read the reviews, make a decision, click and buy. That's e-commerce. That's the beauty of all e-commerce. Next to electronics, what we purchase in India are apparels, the dress material. And the third is a very important component of e-commerce, which is e-traveling. E-traveling is almost reaching or taking a lion's share of e-commerce business, because portals like Make My Trip, Ease My Trip, Musafir.com are all very active in the market. In the olden times, maybe about 10 years ago, if you want to buy a ticket, because especially Kerala is very active, very dynamic in terms of exporting people to the Gulf. I'm using the word exporting because when I joined Air India a few decades ago, literally there was an export going on from the Gulf, from the shores of Gulf to the from Kerala to the Gulf. So many thousands and thousands of people are going to the Gulf. In addition to that, there is another important component, that is the Indian middle class. The Indian middle class, which is smitten by the travel bug, have started traveling. They have started traveling domestically within India as well as outside India. This is really creating a real revolution in the e-travel portals. More and more people. That is why I said e-traveling portals have almost cornered a lion's share of the e-commerce business. Now this sector is also producing enormous employment opportunities. I mentioned to you about Flipkart and Amazon. It is nice to see or nice to know that these e-commerce portals also have their own logistics division. Like Flipkart has e-cart and Amazon has Amazon Logistics. So they are closely linked. The e-commerce portals, the e-commerce industry as well as the logistics industry are closely linked. They are interlinked. Now a few things about the logistics. According to the Economic Survey of India, the logistics industry is estimated to be $160 billion US dollars. $160 billion US dollars, which is likely to grow to $210 billion US dollars in the next 2 years. And also, according to CRISIL, rating industry CRISIL, which has conducted a study and found out that the logistic industry stood at 6.4 trillion rupees. 6.4 trillion rupees in 2017, and it is growing at a pace of a CAGR of 13%, and it will reach 9.2 trillion rupees. Trillion, what is trillion? We're not used to the word trillion. Starting with T. Thank you. Anybody? How much is a trillion? You know lakh, you know million. What is a trillion? You know. Trillion is 1 lakh crore. So the Indian logistics industry will be reaching by the year 2020 9.2 trillion rupees, which is a very large amount. So it is really growing by leaps and bounds. And the cost of logistics, the Indian government wants to bring it down from the present 14.4% of the GDP to 10% to make it more competitive. Steps are being taken and the results will be very visible very soon. The introduction of GST also is aiding the growth of logistics. Large industries are being made in logistics sector employs 22 million people in the logistics industry alone, and it is estimated that within a few years this can become the biggest employment generator. Such is the importance of the logistics department. And a lot of things are happening in the logistics sector in India too. The logistics sector is bright, is shining bright. Which leads to predictive diagnosis and performance monitoring. Big data analytics helps in driving future strategy. Blockchain technology helps in synchronizing multi-party logistics value chain. All this digital technologies are revolutionizing the Indian logistics space. More things are happening in the logistics sector worldwide also, and it will come as a surprise to you. Qingdao, the new Lianquan automatic container terminal in the eastern part of Qingdao in China, is the first fully automated container terminal in Asia is in Qingdao in China. By employing automated technology, digital technology, and facilities available in the airport, they are able to identify the four corners of the containers, pick them up and place it on the truck, driverless truck driven by power, electric power, which use digitally controlled transport systems, transport tools. And by doing this, Qingdao, the fully automatic container terminal in China, has been successful in reducing cost by 70%, the manpower cost by 70%, and also increasing the efficiency by 30%. So many things are happening both in the e-commerce as well as in the logistics sector. And I must congratulate the students who have taken these. Even the BCom students, I think we call it professional BCom. Many of you have taken BCom with logistics and many with BCom with aviation. An aviation seminar is going to take place on Wednesday. I'll be talking perhaps more on the sector also. But congratulations to those who have taken these and also the logistics sector. Now, since this is a presidential address, which I am making the absence of Mr. Munaff, even though Dr. Nair has given you elaborately the do's and don'ts, I would like to, with all the wisdom that I acquired in a few decades as a professional, a few advice I'd like to give to the youngsters. However great is your achievement in academics, ultimately everybody wants a good job. So let me warn you, your degrees and diplomas alone will not help you get a good job, a decent job. In addition to that, of course, you have to put your heart and soul for self-improvement. When I say self-improvement, in addition to your academics, your BCom or logistics or BBA, whatever you are doing, self-improvement is a major factor. When I say self-improvement, there are many factors involved, but I would like to touch upon just a few. You should be more focused in what you do. You should have a goal and move towards your goal. How do you do this? This you do with a positive attitude. You know, attitude is such an important thing. A great American psychologist, motivation speaker once said, your attitude, not aptitude, which determines your altitude. So if you have a positive attitude, that's the ultimate thing for you, which will help you to achieve your goal. I said you should be more focused. I'll give you a small anecdote. All of you know about Alexander the great king Alexander, who made many conquests during this time. Once there was this very violent horse known as Bucephalus. Nobody was able to control and mount on that horse, Bucephalus. So Alexander the Great took a look at the horse, and then in a jiffy he mounted the horse. How was he able to do it? He was very focused. Why was the horse not allowing anybody to mount? For the simple reason, the horse was scared of its own image, shadow. The horse was scared of its own shadow. So Alexander the Great, with his focused vision, understood this in no time. So he made the horse stand in such a position that Bucephalus, the horse, the great horse, will not be able to see its own shadow image. So easily Alexander the Great could mount and control the horse. So you have to be focused to achieve what you would like to achieve. Another